few likes already, Kachiga.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
7. Right, so Kachiga will.
People want me.
They like it, Chick Hicks. They like it. They like it.
Love a bit of nasty.
That's it. That's it. Welcome lads. Welcome shifters. Welcome Jamie Enroy. Welcome Johnny. Today's episode is LOI Kachiga. I have to put in the episode. This is 4th one. Yeah, this is our episode 4 now. We'll have more weekly, more drivers. It's good to space them out because this is a long-term project. So we'll start things off. I won't have you writing around. So
I have a couple of names as well. Actually, you know, it just if the from the start used to buy XX Logie XX, and the famous one probably before LOI Kachiga was No Reaction Log. I changed that after Monza Turn 1. You're an OG if you remember that one.
yeah, this is gonna be a tough one now because the memory has to kick in very well here now.
I don't have a clue.
Right, where do we start? Right, I know where to start now. First of all, welcome Kachiga. If anyone doesn't know, I'm mates with him probably about
15 years at least.
Yeah, about 15 years. I'm very close with him. He's probably one of my best mates, or not if. So
A lot of history.
Lot of history. So right. So we go. What is your first memory of Formula One, anyway, Ben? Well, Kachiga.
Back probably when Lewis Hamilton when everyone's shocked that he was leaving McLaren and went to Mercedes. I remember seeing in the paper that it was a shock move and all. He's gonna regret it. Now, like, that was the first time I've hit a Michael Schumacher, obviously, but of another driver, like in Formula One, it was only Schumacher before Lewis Hamilton. But even back then, I didn't actually start watching it or got into any of the games until probably we start hanging around with you, fucking playing. What year was it in your bedroom there on the Sparrows coffin?
Oh yeah, that was going back fucking F1 2011. That was.
Yeah, that was the first time I played Formula One. Like probably about 10 minutes playing it, and then
it was in Monaco. You played it in Monaco. I remember. I was in Monaco.
Oh, maybe. Maybe that's why I love Monaco so much then.
Yeah, that's actually I was in Monaco. I don't know why as a kid, like as myself, I was just like Monaco and the speed you take the corner. But I was in just career. The coincidence you were there in the room and you start playing it, and then I think there was a big gap as I remember. Then you got, I think it was F1 2016. I can't remember.
Yeah. No, that was the first time I got really into Formula One, and then started playing the games then with you and Leo and a couple of other boys, and
Jig.
I don't know, I just kind of fell in love with the game and the sport. I've been watching it ever since now. Every race, if I miss it on the Sunday, I'll watch it on the Monday or the Tuesday.
Yeah, that's true. Obviously that was the season. I think the end of it was the 2016 season was over, and the game was always a year. Well, I could say a couple of months off the release of the new game that came out. So, so that was your first experience of it. Then when you started playing the game, you had what, 16, 17, 18, 19. You had 4 games.
21. Yeah.
Yeah, so take us through that experience and where did you start with the league?
I can't really remember now. I can't really remember the 2016 now. 2016. But 2017 one, I remember that one now. I found, I don't know, because I was on controller back then. I just found the handling so hard in 2017, and I know, like, I was using all the assists, you know, automatic gears, full traction, full braking assists, still spinning, you know, especially in Monza. Oh, not Monza, sorry, not Monza, Malaysia. That little uphill, little S there, I can't remember the name of it now.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, yeah. In Sector 2.
Yeah. But that's when I proper start getting into playing Formula 1 now. Was that playing with, you know, the likes of you and Leo, Jiggy, and then all Heno as well, like, but it was a long time ago that was now.
Yeah, that's gone back a good while ago. And then obviously move a bit forward to recent times. Well, 2019, you'd start league racing with another league before this, and then obviously LOI. Take us through your moments, and obviously people like to hear, because you were here since the beginning as well, and your memories of it and your opinions on it.
Well, like, what I think my first racing league was Rising Phoenix, I think it was. And even back then, like, I can only do the weekends, like, because I've always worked nights, so the only time I can race is on either the Saturday night or the Sunday night. Then I raced in a couple of races in Contested Speed. A few idiot drivers in that league anyway. And then pretty much you were talking to me then about setting up a league, like, and just a league for Irish drivers, because all in the other leagues, the Cost and Rising Phoenix, like, you know, there's a few Irish drivers there, but like majority of the drivers, they were from England, and you kind of came with the idea and just went with the flow. And I remember it was us three, you, me, and Jig. Leo was there the odd time as well. Just kind of getting into 5-lappers and just finding any Irish person we could find. And just, you know, send them a message there saying they want to join up in our league, and boom, the rest is history, like.
Yeah, it was mad, and it was so hard to get an Irish driver at the time, like.
Yeah, you had, like, we had to go through so many 5-lap lobbies, going into 25% lobbies, 50% lobbies, just to try find 1 or 2 Irish people.
Yeah, that was a lot of work like that went into it, because you were working at the time and you limited hours, and I wasn't. I think this showing the call, I wasn't even working at the time, so I'll explain that on my when Colin does it with me. But yeah, it was just hard. And then obviously you, like, when you think about it, you were in tier 1, like that was the first tier, and you were there in season 1. Take me through your first season in LOI and expectations.
Jesus Christ. I don't think I had any expectations back then. I don't know, I just done it because like, I like playing the game. I never expected to win or anything, like, even though I might talk all that crap, like, you know. But, you know, I think I got 3 points or something in my first season.
I think you had about 7 or 8. You had more than. Remember Pat Sharkey? Yeah. Remember?
I don't remember.
We'll have to get the table up eventually. Yeah.
He's gone out of my mind, Pat Sharkey. Pat Sharkey who?
Yeah. That. So taking us through, obviously you had no expectations. What was the driving like? Like, obviously with the drivers that you're racing against, it was a big like jump in everyone's like levels, wasn't it?
Yeah. There was levels in season 1. There was, you know, like, so you were at the top, then you had a couple of then drivers now, like the likes of Babel and all in the middle, and then it's me all the way down at the bottom, like, you know. Like, it didn't stop me from playing it, like, you know, I was having fun, having a laugh, playing it, like, and I never even, like, when I was on controller, I never felt I was confident on it until 2 seasons later I switched to wheel.
Yeah, that's true. And Yeah, I remember that. So they went through season one, then obviously season two with the two tiers. Then
Moved down to tier two.
tier two was it was still a big challenge because the league, it was just on a massive incline with with
Yeah.
drivers, and
I enjoyed it though in season two more. Like, you know, like it's not ideal, you know, to go into a tier, like, even if it's the only tier, like, and you know they're all bombing past you, like, and you're there, like, don't leave me, don't leave me back here all of my own.
yeah,
Um, but then, you know, tier two helped with that. You know, there might have been, you know, a couple of drivers ahead of me that they weren't that much more faster. Like, so it gave you a little bit of confidence. You know, they're not like 10 seconds ahead of you, 15, 20 seconds. You know, they're about a couple of seconds ahead. Like, and it just pushes you on to get them.
that's it. And yeah, it was diff. I don't know. I'm trying to get a table up here now, and of the season two. I think I have it here now. Um, boy, hold on there.
I'm not sure. Maybe I might be, you know, talking after rhubarb on this,
No,
but I
no.
think I had about in the double digits anyway for season two. I think.
I have it here. I have it here. Right. So
I may be talking crap here.
you finished 10th. Your name was no reaction log. You're in the McLaren, alright? You had 53 points, alright?
Ah, there we go. Jesus Christ.
And do you
Lovely.
want to know who the top 10 was?
Yeah, go on there, yeah.
It's the Little Spud, Jig, Michelangelo, Sub-Zero, Joshinator, Slim, the Doctagon, Scott, Farrell, and yourself.
Jeez, me and Farrell were in the same tier. How many points was Farrell ahead of me there?
7.
Oh, damn it. That would have been haunting him for the rest of that life, that would.
But when you think about it, that's in tier 2. You were ahead of, like, alright? The funny guy?
Mm-hmm.
He finished 18th, with 6. It's mad how much he is improved. Muck Savage, Patrick Moyler, Pat Sharkey, an opinion would be nothing. Leo, Decky Ferg, and Abdul Mufasa. Abdul Mufasa won the title the following season. So that's so you've look, and he was there pretty much a good bit at the start. So that's so your progress looking at season one, like you've only got, you didn't even hit. I don't even think you had double digits. Now you're up at 53 points. So can you remember any memories of that season 2 now?
Let me think. I'm not sure if that was a season where someone hit me in the back and stand, called him a hobo. I'm not sure if that was season 3 or season 2. It was either Decky Ferg or Big Funny Guy.
Yeah, it was season 3.
I'm not sure. That was season 3.
No, I think it was that. No, I think it was that season actually. Yeah, that was that season.
I just remember crossing the line, calling him every names under the sun, calling him a bleeding hobo, the whole alphabet.
That's it.
I can't recall. I think actually season 2. I think my home screen is a picture. Yeah, it is. Yeah, because Pat Sharkey became my teammate then in season 3. I think it was. But my home screen on a PlayStation is me overtaking my rival back then, Pat Sharkey. And I look at it every day. It's like achievements.
That's it, and I think that was the season. Remember in Hungary? Remember me? We might get Paul here. Do you remember that in the?
Oh yeah, was that season 2?
Yeah, that was season 2. That was in somewhere at the start. Remember that? And you got a podium. That was, I think, that was your first podium.
So then I think that's when, yeah, because I went. That was the race I went on the wheel. I've been on one wheel ever since Hungary because I could not do Hungary on the controller whatsoever. I just spinning out, and I was like just nearly a second faster going onto the wheel. Like, and ever since then, like, because of Hungary, and that's why I have so much love for Hungary, like, because it just made me get onto the wheel and just grind it out. And ever since then, we've been on the wheel. non-stop now. Haven't even thought about going back onto the controller.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Yeah. What was like that transition? What was going through your mind? And it was obviously.
But like I went on to the wheel now. I don't think I had traction off. I think traction was on medium, and I was using the automatic gears like back then. Like so, it's a lot easier to use the wheel that way. But it was back then, and I remember like I was talking to you about it. I was like, look, because I think you transitioned then into using manual gears then, and then start doing no traction, and I was saying like I'm never going to be able to do that, not in a million years. And now I have all that, using all that now, using the gears myself, no traction. The only thing I have on really is the ABS and the racing line into the corners.
That's it.
I love using the wheel, like one day, like I just said, right, I'm going down to get a wheel, went down to Argos, and then I just went down, got myself one of the foldable racing rig chairs, like, and then the Logitech G29, and I stopped using the fold up rig because it was just crap. The wheel was in me shoulder, into my chest, like, and you couldn't really turn, like. I have that up in the attic still, not being used, and I just slammed it onto. I bought a desk. Then a couple of weeks later, I had it on the desk, and now I have a full rig now.
Yeah,
just waiting to get a Fanatec next. That's the next step.
That's true, and look, you have the no traction now, and as you said, the assist off. You're just gonna get better and better, and obviously with a new wheel, like once you get the Fanatec, like you have probably there is better wheels that are worth a couple of grand, but like that's top of the range stuff. You're not going to get much better than that. So like you're just going to keep improving, and yeah, we get on to that season where we are improving and all. So we go up to season 3. We had 3 tiers, alright. You didn't drop down to tier 3 that season, and we had 3 tiers. If you can remember. You were in tier 2 and you finished 12th with 16 points. It was a tough tier because you had the likes of Abdu, Tonka, Josh, Slim Lad, Michelangelo, Konzo, Cruiser, Funny Guy, Decky Ferg, McGee. Obviously Dan OM came as well. But you still finished.
Since season 3, has he?
Yeah, at the end. He was near the end. So like he was the last 2 races.
Just thinking of it, them drivers that you were just talking there, like a lot of them now they're in tier 2, tier 1. 1 or 2 still in tier 3, like, so but back then, like, they were different pace than what they are now.
That's true, and obviously you were like in a different tier. Irish Gary, Rory Drain, and Harry Bow, Big Knocko, Spider-Man, Farming Gaming, Budge, Ryan, Smooth to be fast, Gary Drobro, Why Not, Patrick Moyler, Kaiser, Glenn Mack, Cotlow Leary, Vernie Verne, Chameleon, Meeples, Gardash, and Respect was there at the bottom, but that was tier 3 pretty much. But like, can you remember anything in tier 3? Anything? Just no, tier 2, sorry, season.
Tier 2,
yeah.
Let me check. Can't remember an awful lot now, like, just so long ago. Like,
it's
that
hard,
would have been
yeah.
last year, probably last summer then, wouldn't it? That would have been season 2, that would have, if I'm not mistaken.
This would have been coming in before Christmas.
I'm just gonna go through my YouTube there, like, see if I the clip there.
We only had 9 races. That was the only 9 race season because I wanted the league to be done. Well, that season to be done before Christmas.
So that would have been tier. Yeah. So I think that was the one with the Hungary then, wasn't it?
No, because you finished on the podium. And you would have had 15. You wouldn't have had 1 point. Do you get me?
Okay.
Through that season. No, I think you finished second that race, so I'm not too sure.
Yeah, no, I finished second. Yeah, that was second place finish.
can't really remember it. You can't. You're
No,
probably
I
into
can't.
memory.
No, can't. Yeah, no, I can't
We'll
remember
skip that and then we go up
races.
to, well, obviously season 4. That was, you'll remember it with tier 3 dropping down to tier 3. I'm gonna get your.
I I think that's a tier when the season I start enjoying the game a whole lot more. As to try obviously in the second part, the third season, it was just
You're just building
going.
yourself.
Yeah, but because as I said before, a lot of times I would just be so tired, I wouldn't really come onto the PlayStation. I might play a bit of Call of Duty or Fortnite or whatever back then, but you can't just go onto Formula One and just do 1 or 2 laps. You
And
have
you're
to
gonna
be.
win the race and all that. That's just
Yeah,
some more.
you have to be focused on it. You need to grind and just working nights. I just don't have that time to just get up out of the bed and just go straight onto it now. Like maybe on a Monday or whatever, but I haven't spent awful lot of time compared to everyone else. Like everyone else would probably have a lot more time grinding the game than me. I think that's as well. I think that's why I've been going down from tier to tier. Is because I'm not putting in the work as much as everyone else has been.
Yeah, but don't forget, like the league is improving rapidly, so don't forget.
Yeah, well, that's all. Yeah, but I don't know. I'd like even when even when I am doing if I'm doing a track, I can feel I know I'm going slow. I can get a couple of tenths here or here. And when you cross the line, it's I feel like I can go faster around Monaco or Japan or whatever. You can feel it, but I just can't do it because I'm not putting in the grind.
That's true. That's true. And obviously, coming to season 4, I think you'll remember now. Um, USA, you got your second podium there at the start of the season in tier
Yeah,
3.
yeah, yeah. Remember that one very well now, because I think it was you. You were when you were grinding on it, for your tier, and then you were talking about going through the S's, leave it in 5, and I don't know. I just remember just make sure because if you get that perfect, you kind of mess up, but for the rest of that. But if you get kind of them S's right, you should be doing all right for the rest of the track. But I remember I actually grinded the USA. I grinded that track so much. I did. I
Yeah,
said that wouldn't be one of my strongest tracks. Back then it wasn't anyway.
yeah, because I'm looking here now, because you that season, I think, personally, me judging you on it, it was you're starting to sort your DNFs out, like because you went from a second and out of the points, a tenth, out of the points, then you had another second, and I think today this is
Yeah.
probably your best. Well, probably you can't beat a win though, can't you? But we get to that. You came second in Belgium.
I remember that race very well. But then again, Belgium, yeah, I got onto the podium, but there was Monaco. I'm not sure if it was that season or the season before. I got a P5, and I was chuffed with that one. Now, I probably would have gotten the podium in Monaco if I didn't hit the barrier just after Casino, I think it was. I don't know, I felt I could have got a much better result, but I only made one mistake in Monaco in that season, and it was hitting into the barrier, and everyone knows, if you use your wing, the end play on your car in Monaco, you're losing a lot of time. But now I did gloat about that race, to the boys, to the LOI gang now that I just mentioning, Irish Gary, do you know why I finished down Monaco? P5.
Yeah,
I just
I
I just
remember
kept
that.
on mentioning it all the time, and then Belgium came.
That's it. And obviously, like, it's mad since like watching you getting podiums because it was just like frustrating as well. But having a drive like that to defend off multiple faster drivers, I think it's probably
Yeah,
up there one of the best. I think it's probably is your best performance, but you can't count it out. Like obviously what happened the other day, I don't. But yeah, you
I
just
no,
defended
like
well
I
and fair, and you're becoming more clever.
yeah, like I think that race, you know, like I'm not gonna lie, I think that what race was probably my best race even uh, to this day because you know drivers is not there, like you know they were fighting for the championship. I was just fighting for us, you know, a couple of points, but in that race, you know, I was fighting for a podium. And I don't know. I love Belgium. Like Belgium's probably my favorite track out there. I just I just remember like I had very good top speed. You know, like I would just before I get to En Rouge, I just make sure I'm in 8th gear. Make sure the battery, I'm using all the battery going up, not spinning, and just get full pace going straight up the hill and just onto Wellington straight there down into the right hand turn there.
That's it. So we go on from there. You had a strong end to that season. That was the season where you had the chick kicks as well. Um, you missed Australia. I'm not too sure what. I think you had something going on then.
Yeah, I missed that. I think I missed. Yeah, I remember I missed that race. Yeah.
Yeah. So you had before then you had 8th, and a 5th. Yeah. So you finished 55 points. That was your highest points ever in LOI that season. And you had 6 drivers in triple figures that season. I think that's the only time we've ever had 6 drivers in a tier with over 100 points. It is actually, sorry. So you're in a tough tier and you still got good points. You weren't like you're less than 100 points, less than 4 wins away. I know it's easier said than done with the driver, but like you started really know how to get podiums and comfortable with yourself. Then I think a podium just felt normal to you. Didn't obviously podium means a lot, but just
I would say I don't know because I don't like because I was just so clean around Belgium. You know, like I wasn't going outside the limits. So like I just kept the car on the track. And then lucky enough now, was it Ryan Dav or Eloy Ryan? I think it might have been Ryan Dav. He just went a bit too far wide out there on the last chicane there and came back on. He got a warning that gave him 3 seconds, and then obviously when I came up, then I got the second place finish.
that's it.
And I don't, like even at that, like you know, if you ever see my clip on it, like you could hear like even the emotion, like because that was you know like I was so excited for that race. Like I just love Belgium, and you know to get on a podium on your favorite track, like it's I don't know, it's a nice feeling. Like it's only a video game, like but when you're grinding out the game, you know, you don't want to grind out the game and then just spin and, you know, it just makes you feel crap. But I just put so much grind into that season, really for that track, because I just, like I said, it's my favourite track and I always want to do good on it.
That's true, and yeah, that's your like a strong season you had, and then the season's coming by so quick, it's unbelievable. That was 12 weeks, and then you're waiting on a break. Then coming into last season, can you remember anything last season?
I think that season I was. I don't think I was grinding that season.
No, you weren't. And looking at your
before, you know, like because I actually had. I think I only got the points 3 times that season. I'm not sure.
2. I'm looking at a 2 here. You have a 7th in Mexico and a 5th in Belgium.
Yeah. That season I wasn't really grinding. I know, I just, you know, with work, you know, with the pandemic as well, like, obviously the season started, after the pandemic as well. Like, but for me, like, cause with work, I got promotions and work, and that meant like I'll be going in a bit earlier and I'll be finished a bit later than normal, and just extra tired. And there would have been only one or two, maybe three races where I would really kind of actually get up out of bed and come onto the PlayStation and grind it. Like that was Belgium, and then Silverstone. Like Silverstone broke my heart. Because obviously, like, my family, three of them had COVID, like, so I had to go home, back to me lads and my brothers and sisters, and just brought the PlayStation with me, because I had the league race there on the Sunday, and I was so nervous because I just can't, pick up the rig and put the rig into the car and just bring it down to my mum and dad's. So I had to grind Great Britain, Silverstone on the wheel, and I was grinding it, but I wasn't comfortable. But I was able to keep the car on the track, like, and then I actually got the chance to go home then, and then I came home, grinded on the wheel, and I was like, right, I'm much faster now. And then I gotta drive through penalty because I jump start.
Yeah, and that's a long pit lane.
That's a track you do not want to get that. That broke me out. That just put me out of the points, because I think it was safety cars and that, like, and it was just it was a heartbreak. It was.
That's true, and obviously that was a tough season. I think that was like on par with tier. I think that I say with the tier level, the quality of the tier. I think that was probably obviously growing with work and etc.
Yeah, but it's like. I think with that, like, last season, I think, like, I didn't feel that the drivers were that much faster, It's just, like, with me last season, I was just very jumpy and kind of nervous, depending what track it was now, very nervous going for stupid moves, going for stupid dive bombs, just not thinking with my head, like, jumping into a turn one or the last turn, whatever track it is. I just wasn't consistent enough with my decisions to make good decisions, stop making bad ones. And after that season ended, I was like, I need to stop. I have to be more consistent. Stop being an idiot. Don't be going for these stupid moves.
In Brazil, like, I remember.
If you need to sit, if you need to sit back behind the car, just sit back, and wait for the chance, like, like, even if you are on the rear of them, just sit there, wait. Don't be, just don't rush it. I just felt like a lot of times last season I just rushed too many moves, and then, it'd spin out, damage, But after that season ended, I said to myself, I'm not gonna be stupid. I'm just gonna play it smart, and yeah.
That's it. That's good way to have a bit of knockbacks, because you can actually learn from them, and you adjust. Obviously, we go on to this season. Tier 4. How did you find that move down to tier 4? And
just like to point out that I am the only driver now. I got from tier 1 down to tier 4. Record.
That's true. That's
only driver.
How are you feeling with that?
I don't know, because like there is a couple of drivers in there now that that are around the same pace as me. Like, if not, there might be the max probably 2-3 tenths faster than me. Obviously, depending on on the tracks, and then there's other drivers there that aren't up to that pace yet either. But I don't know. Just like I said there, it's like this season I'm gonna keep it cool. It's gonna take me time, just do it race by race. and that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm just doing it race by race. I'm not thinking ahead. Now I have set myself a goal, so I need to achieve that goal in a couple of weeks. Because I'm just talking I'm just talking a lot of garbage at the moment. Just being chick hicks, you know.
Well, obviously, championship battle. I remember having the conversation with you, and you were like, you were around having it and all, and I think that's probably the best conversation I've had with you in the league so far. We know till
like when we had that conversation, like, you know, I was a bit disappointed that, you know, like that we were having that conversation, because I felt like, yes, you know, like I had a terrible season 3, like, but I didn't feel I was actually that bad to move down the tier, like
season 4,
you know, like like, you know, like you just kind of had to chat with me, like, and I just kind of agreed, like, yeah, you know, like I might not be that slow, you know, kind of for the tier, like, but just the consistency and the decisions, you know, which I don't know, just I was a bit upset, like I'm not gonna lie, but it has, you know, like it gave me a bit of confidence, like now, like I wasn't actually always fighting for points in the tier above me either, like, you know, but I depended on the track as well. But like, obviously, you know, you can't be just like, you know, like it can't be, you know, what tier you're in decides on what tracks, you know.
That's true.
Tracks decide your tier even, sorry. You know, like you need to be at the similar pace on all the tracks, I feel. Not just, you know, like if you're going in Belgium, you know, like, and then you come to, I don't know, probably a bit more difficult one, like Austria, like I hate Austria, but I'm so off pace in Austria, I feel. That's my worst track, I reckon. Like I would happily do Monaco 100 times over Austria.
That's true. Like,
I don't know why. Like it's not that bad of a track. I don't know. I just hate it. I don't like any of the turns. I hate that. I hate the whole track. I wouldn't even go to in real life.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, it doesn't suit your driving style.
No.
As Mage, with like judging your style. Yeah. So obviously we had that chat, and obviously, like, I had a chat with a few people around that. But look, that's sometimes I have to have them chats and all as well. So like,
yeah.
And I'm honest as well. Like, now this season, now I know it's not official with the Monza result, but looks like it's heading your way. Until it's official.
It's not official yet, but like I'm acting like it's official.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work out my way, I'm gonna look like a right toolbag.
Well,
I am.
it's a no-brainer. Like, it's like you came in the lobby, you joined back in, and they gave you a glitch. Everybody got removed, so people get removed, you get removed. So, like, it's looking like that you have the win, but that's your first win. I know it's not the way that you don't want it, but when it comes to,
it's like yeah, you know, it's like the race was going so well for me. Then I had one or two incidents with a couple of dryers, and that knocked me back a little bit as well. Like, so, you know, that didn't help me. But then I was crawling back up. You know, like I was running a 4.7 wing, like, and the boys, like, you know, after the race, the boys were shocked. I was like, why was I running a 4.7 wing? I don't know, like, you know, like I was still getting the same straight speed as a couple of the other boys. So I was thinking in my head, like, I'm running 4.7. Like, what are you running? Like, and if you're shocked about my front and rear downforce on the car, it's like I don't know what's so shocking. Like if I'm still getting the same kind of top speeds, I don't know. It's just
Yeah, I get you. I get what you're coming from. Yeah, like
I'm very shocked with my setup. You know, some of them kind of like that's the wrong setup. You know, for that track. Like, but for me, like the setup worked grand. I was losing a couple of tenths of that, like because the cars in front, you know, they had the DRS and the DRS was killing you because you can only do so much with your ERS. And if the cars ahead of you, they're all in that DRS train, it's very hard to gain all that time back. And the only time I could gain time was in turn 1, turn 3 and 4, and then the Lesmos, and then the Scary Lick.
Yeah.
I was gaining a couple of tenths on the drivers ahead of me, and then
that's slow speed corner. See, that suits your driving style.
Yeah. But then I got kicked. I got booted from the race. Like connection just failed, and I was like, oh no. And I remember because the safety car actually came out, and I was actually about to pay for brand new sauce, and that kind of took the momentum away from me. I got back in, like, but just as soon as I got back in, the safety car finished, and the lads, one or two cars, got ahead of me before he took control back of the car. I overtook them then again, but having to fight the cars in front of me to get them positions back, I was losing that. I wasn't losing an awful lot of time, like, but they were on brand new softs, or just slightly worn softs, and I was still on my mediums because obviously when I crashed out of the server, it didn't actually pit, like, because I must have disconnected before I pitted, so the AI just kept the car going on the track, and I'm not sure where I actually end up ending. Like, I don't know where my AI ended up. I'm not sure if he was in first place or if he was second, like before the safety car restart. But when I came back, I was 6th or 5th, I think, and then I crawled back up. I had to keep in within 3 seconds there of one of the boys because he had penalties. I was a warning away, and I kept in that 3 seconds, and then the lag. I didn't even realise the glitch kicked in. But then again, you know you're my engineer for the race, and you were letting me know that, like, you actually should have jumped up. But even at that, you know, like it wasn't the way I wanted to win. Because you want to cross the line in first place, not glitch out and then get the win.
Yeah,
I
I hate it myself. It's not nice. Like, even when you're for winning, beating somebody and they have 3 seconds, you do win the race, but fair. Like,
yeah.
But like, there's some stages that you have to wait for someone to get reported on something, and then you're waiting. Like, but like.
Yeah, and I'm waiting. Yeah, but like now, like I'm talking like it's my win. Like.
But look, it's a no-brainer, mate.
It's like I have given a couple of certain drivers stick, because I got my first win before them.
It's good to have rivalries, and talking about rivalries, we have Colin B here saying he goes to me, shouldn't Kachiga be more focused on his incident report he has to do this week?
Don't worry. The race is it'll be done tomorrow. It'll be done before Tier 4 anyway.
That's good.
But like Colin B 289, he's one of them other drivers that doesn't have a win in LOI history. I do, so I just like to point that out.
That's there you go. There's the beef there. That's bragging rights. Is all that matters.
It don't matter what tier you're in.
Then break now. So what's your chances this season anyway, Kachiga?
Look, I said we're all going Cork in in October there, at the start of October, the first week or the second week, I set myself out a goal to win the Tier 4 championship by then. And I said that I was going to just buy my own trophy, just so, you know, I could fill it up with something and absolutely neck it down and just wave it in Irish Gary's face. Because he lost his championship to Rory Drain, the better driver, in my opinion, in season 3.
Oh, so Chica going all guns blazing on
the boys give me a half a time, like, so, you know, I'm giving them half a time. Constructive criticism.
That's it. And Chica, it's it's a hard goal.
My goal is to go back up to Tier 3. I want to go back up to Tier 3.
I'm talking about with boy before then, because that's the 9th of October. You need to outscore whoever's second place by 200 points by then. No, 100 points.
100, yeah.
So that's
it's a big ask, but you never know. You know, like they might crash out. You wouldn't know. They might not race or whatever. But
sorry, Chica, that's physically impossible at the moment.
Is it impossible? Is it?
No, it's not. I think they'd be 90 something points if you win the next 3 races. I think you have to win the next 3 and run a source, not to finish on any.
Yeah, I should look.
It's all. It doesn't matter. It's all that matters that wins on it.
The week after, so.
Yeah, that's it. But I'm just saving your back there with all the lads, you know, man. When they say, "Oh, you're gonna win," in. So, look, a win's a win. It doesn't matter. You can celebrate it in November to them. But talking about that, how would it feel if you won that? How would it feel? Like, it's a lot of pressure on you this season, and everybody's expecting. There's a lot of people tuning in, but
yeah, like yeah, you know, like there have been some lads saying, like, you know, like, if you don't win this tier, you know, I should be doing an Irish Gary on it, but don't actually come back, you know. No, they haven't actually said that, like, but, you know, like, that's what I kind of feel like, you know, like, if I actually don't win this, you know, this season, you know, it'll just say a lot about me, I think now. But no, obviously, like if I absolutely bottle it, yes, I would understand, you know, there's no points, like, but, you know, if I come very, very close and I'm actually happy with my results, there's just 1 or 2 other drivers who, you know, like, they're still good drivers, you know, there's still
100%.
a couple of drivers there who are able to actually win the title as well. But, like, I do want to win it, and I want to go back up to Tier 3. So that's where I do feel like that's where I actually do belong. Like, no, that's my like, that's what I believe, that I should be in Tier 3, not Tier 4.
That's true, and
in my eyes, so that's my goal for next season anyway, is to get back into Tier 3.
And obviously, it would mean like, obviously, if you finish, say, second and it was close and you go up, but will it still mean a lot to have one of those trophies?
Yeah, like, I would love to, you know, have that trophy, you know, have the bragging rights on a couple of drivers.
Yeah, that's big bragging rights as well.
Big, right? Like, it don't matter, you know, how big the trophy is, how small the trophy. It's still a trophy that you don't have, pal. But like I said, I'm just taking it race by race. If I get the trophy, that's what I'm going for. In my mind, it's my trophy, you know. Rather, you know, like in the film Cars, you know, Chick Hicks, he takes out a driver to get that piston couple, you know. I'm willing to do it. The story is set.
So obviously there's going to be a lot of things coming up to Christmas, and Halloween is also coming up, so Chick Hicks is on the hunt. Go on with it.
I'm on the hunt, like, in my mind I already have it, but I'm not, you know, like I'm not being an absolute prick about it or anything like that, you know. But to some drivers, I am, but not to everyone.
Yeah, it's good to think that way as well.
I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm not getting ahead of myself, you know, like, because like I know, like, I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, you know, fucking tier 4, you know, it's piss easy, you know, like if I don't win it, I'm gonna retire. If that's not the case, like, because there is a few drivers, like I'm just, like Rhinoceros, Budge is up there as well. Shamrock, I don't know. I feel like he's sandbagging, as he nearly won tier 3 there last night, and he won Netherlands in tier 3 the week before. No, it was raining, like, you know, so you know.
He seems like the rain suits him.
Drive and stuff, yeah, the rain suits him, like. But there is a few drivers in tier 4 that could actually move up as well, but obviously not everyone's going to get moved up, because there's a lot of drivers in tier 3 that are around. Like, it's not a big gap in tier 3 as it is in tier 4. No, so like you're not going to have like 5 drivers in tier 4 jumping up to tier 3.
That's true, and then obviously that's Kachiga's insights of it on the title. Yeah, so who'll be your biggest like rival in LOI? I know I asked a lot of lads. Who's your biggest rival?
I've had a few big rivals over the past couple of seasons, like, but you know, the past 2 seasons, I feel Budge has been probably one of my rivals now. Like, he was fighting for a 1 or 2 last season. Now I wasn't. But I kind of feel like, you know, he was blessed to be up there. You know, he was just like, some races he's just in the right place at the right time, and it just worked out for him. But then again, you have to think about it. Look, he got his car there, and that's what he gets. You know, if I got my car there, that's what I would have got. So I'm not thinking about, you know, that he's faster than me, and I'm faster than him. It's just like, if I put my car in that position and then an incident happens, even if there's 1 or 2 drivers behind me that are faster and they miss out on a win or a podium, it doesn't. To me, it's like, it does, like, I'm not saying like that I will be a much better, like I am a much better driver than them. It's just I put my car in the right place at the right time, and I just got there. It's like even a couple of races in actual Formula 1. You know, Pierre Gasly, he got the win in Monza last year because Hamilton made a mistake. You know, he went in the pits when he shouldn't have got in the pits, and Gasly's car was just there. He got the car in that position, even if his car wasn't the fastest in that race. He got his car there, and it just worked out for him. Like, luck kind of plays its part, and that's what I feel with my rivals. Like, even if they get better results, I just feel that luck played a lot in their part in certain races.
That's true, and experience can as well. That
yeah,
can really
like,
help.
yeah.
You know, even like, going for a stupid move.
Yeah, like, even like this season, like I said, even with Brazil last year, you know, I think I had you for, like, it was the first time I had you as an engineer, and I just I was just so impatient. I just went up on turn 4, wasn't it?
Yeah, after the DRS straight, yeah.
Yeah, I just put my my front axle in the corner, and then I got wing damage from it. It's just, and that's what I mean. It's like doing little stupid moves like that. I had to stop, and I have stopped doing them kind of things. You know, like, I'll pull back. You know, I'm kind of being a Lewis Hamilton. I'm not going to stick my nose in positions that I'm just going to risk it all for something that, you know, it might turn out good, it might turn out bad, but you don't want it to turn out bad. So,
but you know at the time, and then when to go for a move when you need to.
Yeah,
No?
like it was just that Brazil one actually. It just kicked me in the arse. It did.
Yeah, because they're on for a good result. Probably actually on for a good win there because you didn't have to pit again.
Yeah, and I said to myself after that race, I have to stop doing it soon and stop doing them things. Now, at this present moment, now I have stopped doing them kind of moves on drivers. You know, just kind of going for the high risk hits. You know, either I might spin or he might spin it, but like, if you're going in for a move like that, you need to get it done clean. Like, because if you're going in for a move like that and you hit into to the side of them and they spin, like, you know, I could get 5 seconds, I could get 10 seconds, I could get 20. It depends on the result of really the other car at the same time as well. But at the moment now this season, I've only had one incident, and that's with my rival. I made a late move, and I owned up to it straight away, you know, like. But I've kept it clean so far. Like, there was a few races as well, you know. I was very worried about my internet connection for Monza. Very worried I was because the driver in front of me, he was kind of lagging, but I wasn't sure if it was him lagging or it was my internet. But a lot of times I had to pull back an awful lot, especially in turn one, like, because you do need a nice amount of speed going into turn one and then turn two. But when I got to turn two, his car will be right at the front of mine, and then next minute it will lag. So I'm jamming on the brake to make sure I don't hit him, and then he's gone, like, and he's already nearly a second ahead of me at that point because I had to react because there was a lag. And I think that kind of affected my results as well. They get a solid win instead of waiting for the report to come out for it.
That's true.
So like, I've been a lot more cautious this season than I ever have been. Like,
and it's good. Like, then next week you'll probably even double check the internet and all. Like, it's nothing worse with an internet connection that's at the back of your mind while you're racing. Because I think whoever wants to improve as a driver, I think just get your right comfort spot. Like, it could be like simple as like you have to sit in the middle of a TV, like you can't have the TV at an angle, or simple like wherever suits you. Like, that's the main thing. And that's what I have to really take through. Where do you? Alright, I personally, before I move on, you and Budge, that's gonna be I just think that's gonna turn out to a cracking rivalry. I think Budge has improved, and yourself, I don't think yous are too. I don't know, like, yous are more. I know, like, yous are older than me myself. But I think yous matured of a driver. Like, yous have matured, and yous are quicker, and yous are more.
Yeah, like I don't feel like, you know, like I'm a lot faster than him, and I'm sure like he probably doesn't feel like he's a lot faster than me. It's just I talk it that I am, like, you know, because, you know, I like to get in his head, you know. You know, I like to talk a lot of shit to other drivers, you know, like, especially, you know, bringing up that win that I have, and a couple of drivers, you know, who are in higher tiers, they don't have a win. Like, even though I'm in a lower tier, like, I still have that win, you know. Some drivers aren't happy with them kind of comments. But sure, look, I don't care.
Look, Ben, you're gonna still get that, mate. And even if you're continuing, they're gonna even hate you more, man. I've experienced that. So just keep doing the talking on the track, and you keep being chick kicks, because that's the way it should be. But yeah, we'll go on to that. I'll ask you a few questions as well. So that's the racing, and obviously, where could I start? Who do you think will win the Formula 1 championship this year?
Lando Norris.
If you had 20 quid now in your pocket.
Hamilton.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, I kind of feel like Max. Obviously, you know, he's an unreal driver and all, but to me, like, I just don't. He's very ignorant. Like, you know, he doesn't own up to doing stupid moves that he shouldn't be doing. Like myself, like that's why I kind of relate to him in that way. It's fucking stupid, like, but it's just like he's going for moves that he needs to back out of. Like just be 100% sure that like you're gonna get that move done. Like even if you have to back out, like it's not gonna make you the worst driver of that other driver. You're playing it smarter. You know, you're thinking ahead, and I just like just been a few incidents where Lewis has had to back out of certain moves with Max, you know, to better himself for the long run, not the short run. I just feel like that Max doesn't kind of have that in him. Like, you know, he's the young driver, you know, and all the young drivers are all like that. You know, they all have everything to prove. But I think if Lewis was driving like that, he would have a lot more to lose than to really gain. That's what I feel anyway. Like, so that's why I'm going for the most experienced driver out of then Max. Like,
yeah, 100%. That's good to have the opinion on that. Going more, do you plan to go to any F1 races in the future? I know you haven't.
Yeah. Next year I'm going to Belgium. I don't care. I'm gonna say to whoever, and anyone's welcome to tag along or whatever. Like, but I'm going to. I'm gonna go Belgium next year, in 2022. Whether I'm going by myself or if I'm going with someone, I'm going because it's a new era as well. Like, and it'd be just great to go see, you know, the new era. You know, the new regulations for the cars. You don't know who's going to. You don't know who's going to be on top. You don't know who's going to win the championship that year. You know, like everyone might make guesses, like, but it's all gone down to level playing field now. You know, they're all going to have the same budget. So it's just going to work out who has the overall better team to make that car as fast as it can go next season. You know, like the likes of Ferrari, Mercedes, and Red Bull. You know, they spend hundreds of millions, like 300 million. I think Mercedes spent about 450 million last season on for the development for the cars, and Ferrari weren't too far behind them, and then Red Bull will be about third in the spending, like. But the likes of, you know, the Williams and all, spending like under 150 million, it's gonna work out a lot better for them kind of teams with the lower budget caps. So it's just gonna come down to who has, like I said, the better team, who's gonna make the smart decisions on with the car. Yeah.
That's good.
So like I'm going. That's why I want to go to Belgium next year, because it's my favorite track. It's probably a lot of people's favorite track, but I just love Belgium so much, and it's just the scenery around the track as well. You know, it's around like forests. It's like it's just different to other tracks. You know, it's not in a city. It's not, you know, just right beside the city. Fucking. You know, like Melbourne, like it's just in the park, really. Like street circuits are nice as well, like, but you're very limited with certain types of like the views, like, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to Belgium next year, either by myself or with anyone else. Because you don't know what you're gonna expect next year. You know, like Mercedes could be on top. They might be the third best car on the grid for that season. Williams could be back up on top, fighting for wins, fighting for podiums. Red Bull might be back on top. Ferrari might be back on top. For fuck's sake, Haas might be on top. For God's sake. But yeah, that's why I want to go to a race next season, because you're not guaranteed that Mercedes are going to be on top again. So that's why I want to go when there's new regulations.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we'll plan that obviously with the league as well. If anyone's got, I'd be interested in. Obviously, me and you'll be talking about. I'd be 100% up for it. Yeah, that's what I have to say with you. Anyway, Chica, and another question: where do you hope the league goes, and where do you...
Obviously, I want the league to get much better. You know, like, obviously I want to stay racing in the league, like, but if it ever comes to it, you know, like that the tiers are just getting faster and faster, I'm not going to be the ignorant person to no, I'm staying in the league. Like, you know, I don't care, you know, if this driver is faster than me, I want to race. Like, you know, like, I've been there since the start. But if it ever gets to that point that, you know, like, the tiers are just getting faster and faster and faster, and, you know, like, tier 4 would be like tier 2 if it ever comes to it. Like, you know, like, it's just like there's like not even a second and a half between all tiers. Like, I would be willing to, you know, step back and commentate instead. But I'll always be, you know, involved in it in some way. But I would love to see, you know, getting quality drivers in the tier, you know. But like, now there is quality drivers like in tier 1 and tier 2. Some drivers coming up from tier 3 as well, and even tier 4. You know, like, you don't know what way drivers are going to change throughout this season. You know, because it's a new game. The handling on the game is much different. The cars just have to get nerfed. You know, they're like a second slower, and that some drivers actually like it more now, you know, because the cars aren't as fast as they were, so they're able to, you know, control the car a bit better, I feel.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you have the industrial driving style as well.
Yeah, so I say that might help out, you know, a lot of tier 4 drivers. That the car it's not as fast as it was last week, so they might feel like a bit more in control going into turns. You don't have to, you know, steer the car as often as they did before. But I would love to see, you know, just the league getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Just, there's no end to it, really, you know.
That's it. It's good to see the way how
now, I have said, like, multiple times that, like, my young lad's going to be a champion in here if it keeps on going, because he watches me every now and then, like, but, you know, I can only learn him so much. I'm not the best teacher.
Yeah, that's good.
But, like, I would love to, you know, like, if it does go on for like a couple of more years, like
20 years or something.
Not even 20 years, you know, like, because, like, a lot of drivers, you know, like, they're very young, like even if you're watching the worldwide tiers, you know, there's like 12, 15, like 10, 12-year-olds, you know, that are easily a 3 seconds faster than me, like. And now, like, I only started playing this game a couple of years ago, and it wasn't even, you know, grinding on the game every day. Like, it was just kind of, right, we're sick of FIFA, let's go on to Formula 1. Yeah. You know, it was just kind of go on to it for an hour or two, and then we go on to Fortnite or Call of Duty or whatever it may be. But this is the only game I actually proper play. If I'm playing any game online, it's probably this at the moment.
That's true. Yeah, that's good insight, and it's a good little touch there with the sun as well.
Yeah.
And so
you get a win before LOI Con, I believe. You get a win before LOI
Con. So what do you do in your daily life, Benji? People want to probably know you more.
Well, I work. I have a son. He just turned 5 there last Sunday. Actually, when I won Monza, supposedly, I won my first race on the 5th birthday. So I'll probably actually always remember that now. You know, where my first win was on my son's birthday. I work in Super Value Pellets there down in Wexford. There, I'm the night manager down there. So that's what I was saying. Like, you know, during the week, I'm just too tired to get onto the PlayStation. You know, the lads might see me on a Thursday or something coming onto the PlayStation, but I wouldn't really actually go on the place. Maybe on Monday, but if I'm just not bothered, I might not go on the PlayStation until Thursday or Friday, and that's when a couple of lads might see me. But other than that, like, you know, I'm always indoors. Like, you know, I don't get out an awful lot. Like, I just not really bothered to go anywhere either. Like, the only time I would really go out was if I'm going down to the town to do a bit of shopping or something, but I wouldn't go off wandering, or I'd just sit in and play PlayStation. And that, like, this league kind of means a lot to me, because, you know, during the start of the pandemic, now it was very busy for us. Like, you know, we're working in a shop. It was just all hand, just working crazy hours every night, but, you know, kind of, you just want to chill on the weekends. And then, you know, I was talking about, you know, trying to set up the league and finding drivers and all. Like, you know, it kept you busy, a little bit busy, but I love doing it, you know, trying to find some drivers and then deciding what days to do races and times. And but this league just, like, it means it's meant a lot to me, you know, getting through with the pandemic. And, you know, like, and we've all met, you know, like, you would never thought that you would meet a bunch of sound lads. Like, you know, like, there's arguments probably at least once a week with a couple of us, probably mainly me, you know, arguing with a couple of other lads. Like, but it's just, you never expect, you know, to meet a bunch of sound lads. And we had a first night out there about a month or so ago up in Dublin, and you would never think that you set up a league and then you're gonna all go out. You know, you're all gonna meet up in Dublin, and, you know, we're gonna go out on the second night now out in Cork. And I don't think, like, you kind of get that treatment with other leagues. Like, there might be 1 or 2, maybe 3 fellas in another league. You know, they set it up, like, but they wouldn't, you know, they probably wouldn't get to know the drivers in the league as much as we have. And I don't know, we're just like a big kind of family.
That's it.
You know, like we're making plans to go here and there, talking about, you know, like, we'll all try, you know, go to a Formula 1 race. And now that would be top quality. Now, if you know, about 15-20 of us, we all end up just going to a race there, just getting a big Irish flag there, stick on League of Ireland F1 Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, you know, between 9 and 10, whatever times the tiers change. But yeah, like, that's all I really do, you know, and that's what I kind of feel about the league as well. You know, it means a lot to me, and to get to know all the boys, like, you know, people, like, you know, like, we're from Dublin, like, you know, but I live down in Wexford. A couple of boys down in Cork, Clare, Offaly, Westmeath, up in the north, and that has been, you know, with a couple of drivers here, couple of drivers that we've got along with, and then just things kind of went sour. But you're not gonna get along with everyone, like. But like if you're if you're willing to get along with us, we're willing to get along with you, and like we can have these meetups, like and it was nice to to put a voice to the face, like.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure everyone's like, oh, I would like I'm not gonna lie, like I was a little nervous when we met up with Farrell and Hello Time Splitter and I don't even fucking know his PlayStation name. Next me, is it? No, yeah, but what's his PlayStation name? Newsme. Like
Newsome, sorry.
I could never Newsome. I could never, like I've seen Farrell, during a Zoom call, but I never seen Newsme's face. But it was nice to see them in person, and his girlfriend only lives up the road from where we grew up, which is crazy, like because we would probably we might have walked by them every couple of times. We just wouldn't realize who they are. I don't know. I just kind of offline now. But yeah, like,
that would be like.
But yeah, like, but that's it. Like, like you asked me, what do I do? This is what I do. Like, I work and I come back. And, if I'm not working, I'm either watching some YouTube or something, or playing PlayStation with the boys. Like, and that's my life right now.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah, like you broke it down well. Like you don't really see that, and obviously, yeah, there's I think big things are coming anyway as well. So like,
yeah, like like if anyone ever like if they're watching this, right now, or if they see it in a month or 2 months or whatever, hopefully the league is still going. I'm sure it will be still going, but like I don't think we're like other leagues, like like I haven't heard of or any other leagues I've been in with Discord. I haven't seen them saying like, look, we're gonna go on we're gonna have a night out up in Dublin, like we're gonna have a night out down to Cork, or we're all gonna try organise to go a race. You don't see that in other leagues, and that's what I like. That's what I really like about this league. Like we're making an effort, to get to know a lot of people. Like like we've made some good mates, in this league. Like from season 1, there's a few drivers that are still here from season 1 that we get along with, and then there's a couple of fellas that came in at season 2 that we've got along great with, like. And then there's others that like we get along with for a couple of weeks, and then things just go sour, and they go their way, we go our way.
Yeah, that's exactly like as you said. You can't get along even now if people don't want to meet up. They're more than welcome. Anyone's more than welcome.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So don't forget that as well.
Like like there was about 12 of us, 12, 13, 14 maybe when we went up to Dublin. There's gonna be about 20 of us down in Cork, like maybe 22 or something like that. Like but like. Couple of boys are coming down from the north, like they're willing to come down fucking down to the north all the way down to Cork, like can't really get much further than that, like
Yeah, they'll be in Africa next anyway if they go any further.
Yeah, we're all going to South Africa next year to watch a Big E.
Yeah, that's all I have to say, and it was good to get the insight as well, and yeah, as you said, it was good to have your opinions on the league and the insights, even that I'm close mates with you, but it's good to you're saying that as well, and your driving and all, and how race is meant for you, and how you're trying to improve, and your son, so you broke everything really down. Yeah, that's really it what I have to say, Ben, and Eloy Kachiga. I'll be here Sunday supporting you, engineer, and try and get you that another win, but there's other drivers there that yeah, look, that's it. It's the pressure, and
it's not even the pressure. I just don't like Osher. I've always had it. Now, like a couple lads have said like we ran around Austria, you know, like I don't know what it is, you know, like when you're going into the turn, like you know, you go into it, you know, you think you're going into a grand, and then you go out whatever way. You can't go out like, you know, either you're going to spin or you're going to go straight on, like. But after you finish the turn, you feel like, oh, I think I'm doing so much time there, and it's just Austria. I just feel like I'm just always losing time, and that's why I hate it so much.
Look, you'll do well, and
if there's a track that I'm gonna like absolutely make it a Dano M out of myself, will be Austria.
Wild,
Netherlands is his track, Austria is mine.
But that's true, and obviously, look, who knows? You can get a good result, obviously.
You never know what way they're gonna, you know, like they might be good at the track, like, but then they could be having an awful time that day.
That's it. You just never know what's going through people's mind, and obviously during the race, the practice races are different, and the time trials are different, and people are hooked on them still. But that's the each their own. I'll leave it there with you anyway, and we're over. I think we're over a good hour and a bit. It's good chatting you today, and please God, anyone interested as well, just hit me up in a text message. But all the people in the Discord who gave the thumbs up, I will get to this eventually. But it's good to keep a weekly thing to go around. I don't want to spam the whole thing, have yous every day. But if it gets even bigger, I probably will have yous every day or twice a week. But I might have somebody tomorrow, or I have Colin might be doing one on myself. So be interested now to say that, and my thoughts. Have a few secrets to relieve, and
that's another man who doesn't have who doesn't have another oh fuck's sake, get that flip flop out of your mouth. Who doesn't have a win in LOI? He gives me an awful time every now and then, and he doesn't have a win. So another driver that I'd like to say that to.
That's it, and that's all. Look, that's it. What I'll have to say, and thanks Chiga anyway for opening up on your thoughts on it.
Oh man, it's all thanks to you, man. You know that, you know, like we all have this chance, you know, to get to know people all from all different areas of Ireland. Like, you know, like I said, like we probably would never seen Farrell, you know, up where we grew up. There probably wasn't a chance that we would ever meet Connell, like, you know, like obviously, like Connell was with us before LOI, like, you know, so he's been there since the start as well, like
2 years, now.
Yeah, so like, you know, like we've known him, like, but there's never been, you know, I don't think before this late that there was ever talks that like, oh yeah, you know, we're all gonna meet up, like, you know, just kind of PlayStation friends, you know. But yeah, you just the league, like this league just means so much to me because, you know, like yes, you know, like we've been friends for fucking donkey's years, like. But you know what, you know, you've kind of started, you know, as talks, you know, with me, with Leo, with Jay.
100%. You just get the credit.
You know, like it may, like it kind of started with you, like, you know, because it was your idea at first, like, and then obviously, you know, we were there just to help along, and you know, like I think a lot of people, you know, kind of owe it to you. So I just want to say thanks.
I know, it was fantastic. That means a lot, man. I haven't really got much of them.
Tear in your eye, is it?
Ah, jeez.
Tear in your eye, is it?
It's like adding another
Throw
world title to me.
trophies there, will you?
That means a lot now. I really appreciate it because it does put a lot of work, and I just want to say thanks as well because you have put effort. I know people mess with, you know, with incident reports, but at the start.
That report's done, fella. That report's done. That report was done ages ago. It just only showed up there last week, you know.
That's it. And but look, now thanks to yourself, and I appreciate them words as well. So that's it, everyone. So make sure we'll probably have another podcast up. Just keep it staying tuned. Keep the notification bell on the phone. It could probably come up soon. Make sure to tune in this week for turf round. We're on round 6 So after this next week,
6
we'll
Austria.
be halfway through majority of the tiers that have to catch back up. But Austria, we're coming into the nip and tuck stages soon, so every point's going to count now, and obviously people are thinking the long run, so it's like himself Kachiga there, his insight on it. But yeah, thanks and good night everyone, and thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, fellas.